Hi, I'm Liv, podcasting from Italy.
And I'm Tina, podcasting from the Philippines. Welcome to Merienda Therapy Podcast, a show where we celebrate our 40s one merienda at a time. Hi mga ka-merienda! This is Tina. Welcome back to another episode of Merienda Therapy. To our new listeners, we talk about everything about our 40s in this podcast.
Hi everyone. Hi mga kamerienda. This is Liv. Welcome to another episode. And for today, it's quite different. And because today we'll be talking about our health, especially health ng ating mga 40-something listeners. So I hope you find this very informative and useful.
So our guest for this episode is a general practitioner in Melbourne, Australia, and is a fellow of the Royal Australian College of General Practitioners. She attained her degree of Doctor of Medicine from the University of the City of Manila, or Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila, in the year 2000. After relocating to Singapore, where I met her, she obtained a diploma in Family Medicine, or GDFM, from the University of Singapore, and she practiced there for 10 years. She is well known for her expertise in counseling. Welcome, Dr. Myla Bongkayao.
Welcome to the viewers of Merienda Therapy.
Yes.
And Tina and Dave, thanks for inviting me over.
Yes, we're happy to have you here para ma-enlighten kami sa mga health concerns namin. So, before we proceed with our episode, we talk about our merienda. So mine is chocolate cake. I made this. Madali lang to. 1 bowl chocolate cake. I can post this recipe on our Instagram. So please follow us on Instagram, Merienda Therapy. And Facebook, Merienda Therapy also. Gusto ko sana healthy. Pero ito yung...
Ako din, I'm guilty.
Ano yung sa'yo?
What's the Myla?
Ako pa muna.
Sige.
Mine is brownies na may walnuts. Ayan.
Na-binake mo?
Na-binake namin ni Amelie, yung daughter ko kanina.
Yay!
Diba?
Puro paste.
At saka meron akong... Pero may panlaban naman tayo.
Tea. Oo nga.
Tea.
Ako rin eh.
Pang balance. Okay. So another sweet din yung sa akin ng merienda ko. Although hindi ko siya ginawa, ko siya kanina.
Ganda.
Ano siya, eclair. Yung bake shop is eclair din ang pangalan. So one is pistachio flavor. And this one is, ang tawag nila dito is miraflorida. So parang may crema, may cream, tapos may chocolate.
Parang nakakatakam naman yan.
Sarap naman.
Tapos meron akong mint tea kasi medyo kakatapos lang din ng lunch. So I need my mint.
So since ang mga merienda natin sweets, my first question is, how does food impact our health? Kasi tamis nito, so parang nakaka-guilting.
Nako, ano yan?
Anong
It's really
effect
important. Kasi what we eat is what we are, di ba? So, kung ano man yung kinakain natin everyday, diretso yun sa gut natin. And then it gets absorbed in our bloodstream. Tapos yun na rin yung ginagamit natin to metabolize. So, kung if you eat junk foods or if you eat a lot of fatty foods, then yun din yung matitake mo. So, it's important, especially for our age, na we have to be more careful with our choices of food. So, siguro less yung sweets, less yung saturated fats, at saka more on vegetables and fruits. If I go into yun lang. So parang kasi as we get older, lalo na nasa almost middle age na tayo, di ba? So yung mga conditions like diabetes, hypertension is more parang mas madali na tayong kapitan yan. As we age, so mas prone na tayo to develop those. So it's good to be careful with the food that we eat. So kung diabetes, less yung sweets, and then less din yung salty food, tsaka fatty food to avoid high blood pressure.
So as we age, so yung mga 40s na yun, kailan nagsisimulang tumaas ang risk natin for say diabetes, hypertension, and kung ano pa yung mga risks?
Exactly our age.
40s talaga.
Exactly our age, which is 40s. Siya talaga yung nag-herald ng increased cardiovascular risk, increased risk for metabolic syndrome like diabetes and gout. So, hindi lang sa food, kasama na dyan yung exercise natin.
So ano-ano, can we ask, ano-ano tong mga health concerns, ano tong mga illnesses that
Na mas
we are...
prone tayo.
Mm.
So, yung common na sa atin, yung diabetes, high blood pressure, so we are increased for stroke. We are also increased for developing heart disease like mga cardiovascular diseases like heart attack, or yung iba naman ischemic heart disease na tinatawag. So, common din sa atin ang gout, which is yung pagkakaroon ng mga crystals sa joints at pamamaga ng mga paa or tuhod. And then yung isa sa mga common pa natin na sakit, yung osteoarthritis. I know you've heard it many times, pero hindi lang din naman nagsastart yan sa 40s, as early as 30s pwede ka na rin magkaroon. So it's because of the overuse of your joints, of your bones. Plus as you increase your weight as well, mas prone ka din to develop those conditions. Yun, kasama na din doon yung mga UTI or urinary tract infection and kidney stones. We are also prone to develop those. Yung UTI is because, especially for women, nagiging thin na yung lining ng vagina, so they are more prone to develop UTI as well. Sa lalaki naman, yung mga erectile dysfunction. So, of course, yung pagkakaroon ng reduced libido or meron silang problems with ejaculation or pagkakaroon din yung pagkakaroon ng anak, di ba? So, isa yun sa mga, infertility din is one of the things that is really important as you get to this stage.
Actually, I thought pag lalaki hindi na babawasan ang fertility nila.
They do.
Nababawasan pala. Okay.
They do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like women. Pero iba naman yung mga symptoms din nila. Almost the same din. We call it, di ba, menopause tayo. Sila naman may andropause na tinatawag.
Okay. So yung
we'll get the details kung ano yung perimenopause and andropause later on. Doc Myla, so you mentioned na yun nga, medyo mas increase ang risk natin siguro sa mga diabetes and other illnesses at this age. Meron bang, ano yung mga, syempre we need to go to a doctor, parang hindi lang naman 40s yun, pero meron bang mga checks na kumbaga parang nagiging mandatory or we have to do when we get to our 40s? May mga ganong checks pa, and ano yung mga routine checks na yun na kailangan gawin na natin by this time?
So, meron tayong tinatawag na screening guidelines. I think every region has different guidelines, no? So, like kami sa Australia, we have a different set of screening guidelines as compared to sa Europe or compared sa Pilipinas. Siguro hindi ko eksakto alam kung ano na yung mga, kasi may mga cut-off yan per year eh. Pero siguro in general, ano lang yung mga importante na ginagawa natin as we reach the age of 40.
Yeah.
So kung if you go to a doctor and ask, ano pang pwede kong pa-check? So unang-una na dyan yung blood pressure, ita-check siya.
Okay.
At least every 2 years or every 3 years na check. Yung diabetes screening, which is yung glucose monitoring, fasting sugar, pati na rin yung cholesterol. So ito naman, depende kung mataas yung risk mo, you can do it every 2 to 3 years din. Importante din sa babae, yung mammogram. So yun din, iba din yung cut-off per region.
Ilang taon dyan?
Dito sa amin, as early as 40s, pwede ka nang mag-mammogram.
Dito
Pero hindi siya mandatory. So ang mandatory age sa amin is 50 years old.
Okay.
So mammogram is to detect naman for breast cancer. For women din, importante sa atin yung cervical screening. So I think in the Philippines, they still have pap smear, which is done every 3 years. Pero kami dito, we do cervical screening testing ginagamit namin. So HPV testing yung tinatawag. And we do it every 5 years.
Iba yun sa
Iba
pap
siya.
smear.
Iba yung proseso na ginagamit, but it's the same way it detects for cervical cancer.
So ang pap smear is for cervical
pap smear
cancer.
and cervical screening test. They're both for cervical cancer. Sa lalaki, hindi na kasi routine na ginagawa ang prostate check. So, unless they have symptoms, then we do yung PSA test, which is a blood test. Siguro yung maganda rin i-check sa mga age natin yung mental health screening. So, it's not naman routine, pero siguro just like ako as a GP, I always ask patients how they feel, or do you feel you're depressed, or do you feel you're anxious, or do you feel that that you have any mental health condition that needs to be addressed. That's really important kasi common din sa age natin.
Dito hindi pa uso yan no? Wala pa akong naririnig na mental health screening dito. I think unless voluntary pumunta ka sa psychiatrist.
Oo, pero dito kasi we do it to hindi naman talagang screening, but it's just a check na kasama siya. Sige po.
Tanong ko si Liv, diyan ba sa Italy meron yan? Mataas ang mental awareness.
Actually, kung parang, I think encourage, pero how widely pinapromote, sure, hindi ko pa.
Dito definitely hindi.
Sa mga doctor kasi nga, hindi sila nag-i-English. Hindi ko alam.
But I think sa Philippines, medyo mas may awareness na rin sila about
may awareness,
health,
pero parang walang ganyan na
compared to before.
Screening. Oo. Kasi ngayon talaga, mental health masyado mas napopromote ngayon compared to before.
Tsaka yun, siguro urine test din to check for stones, to check for infection. Makikita din kasi doon, aside from the infection, yung glucose check na yun.
Protein?
Tsaka,
iba yung protein?
Tsaka protein. Pero there's another specific protein test which we call yung urine albumin creatinine ratio or check for micro and macroalbumin. So siya yung mas predictor ng kidney disease. So it's dito sa amin ginagawa siya as a parang screening for kidney disease kung smoker siya or may ibang risk factor for developing heart disease kung halimbawa ay kidney disease kung pang may diabetes or may high blood pressure. Isa siya sa mga chine-check. So
uric acid. Importante.
Hindi siya routine, pero it's good to check kung meron kang history ng gout or meron kang symptoms ng gout.
Inisip ko kasi ito, tingnan mo, yung pinky ko, bigla na lang bumaluktot. Sabi ko, gout kaya to. So nagpatingin ako minsan sa nagpa-lab. Wala naman, di naman mataas. Sabi ko, ba't kaya bumaluktot siya?
Arthritis yan.
Arthritis.
I mean,
Ako meron ako mga ganyan din. Hindi pantay yung mga
yung elbow.
Naka-devate yung, parang hindi pantay yung mga daliri ko. Naka-balance siya.
Oo, tama, 40. Kailan lang to? Ilang taon lang to? Oh my gosh.
We were talking about, kasi hindi ko suot yung brace ngayon. Nagtuloy ako ng
tennis elbow.
Ay, meron din ako niyan. Kompleto ako dyan.
I mean, tinatanong ng doctor, anong nagte-tennis ka ba? Parang any sports, parang wow, hindi mo athletic. Pero kasi yun nga, parang repeated
use of your elbow. Pwede mo siya magawa from, siguro kahit sa computer work, pwede mo rin siyang
pag laging ganun yung position ng arm.
Any repetitive use of your joints. Actually, napansin ko, as I became, yung antagal ko na sa practice, parang mas marami tayong sintomas na musculoskeletal.
Kasi sedentary lifestyle, ganun ba yun?
Siguro din. Plus, yun nga, we overuse without doing exercises. So, like ako, matagal na nakaupo. So, yung back ko talagang may injure, diba? And even yung sa hand, kung nagko-computer ka, common yung mga wrist injuries, tsaka thumb injuries. So, very common siya.
Yung carpal tunnel, di ba meron?
Carpal tunnel, yung tinatawag na decurvating tenosynovitis sa thumb yun. Tsaka yung tennis elbow is very common. So, dito naman sa masakit.
Okay na, Liv? Magaling
Hindi, pero hindi ko lang nasuot ngayon. Medyo nag-improve, pero sabi kasi ng doctor, parang siguro it may take like 2 months para maging normal ulit. Kasi sabi ko nga sa kanya, normally you don't feel your elbow, right? Parang nandyan lang siya, pero hindi ko siya nararamdaman. Like, bakit ngayon nararamdaman ko na siya? Parang may tension ng konti. Kasi hindi talaga nararamdaman unless mabump mo
Oo.
siya. Pero minsan pag magli-lift ako, parang may kirot na.
Masakit pag nagli-lift ka ng meeting. So,
Oo.
common yan.
Yun
Siguro,
nga.
pag nasa age na tayo nito, dito na natin nararamdaman yan. Yung aches and pains. Yung parang dati naman, wala naman ako nararamdaman.
Exactly.
Ngayon, lahat iniinda mo, di ba?
So biology talaga yun. So this is 40.
Welcome to the
exercise
club.
Close open daw, yung mga sa baby. Good exercise daw yun for joint ng finger. I don't know, totoo ba?
Stress ball?
Actually,
Stress ball?
dapat lahat na move mo, kung magagawa mo yung range of motion ng bawat joints, would be a good stretching exercise. Sige, I can tell you more about that later. Pero yung isa pang, sorry, bago ko makalimutan sa screening, huwag kalimutan yung dental and eye. So, dental and eye checkup, very important.
Nakapag-eye check-up ako kasi mataas yung pressure ng isang mata ko. Tapos pinagawa sa akin yung test na yung pang-glaucoma. Yung kakatch mo yung eyes, yung eyes, yung light.
Pressure.
Yun. Tapos para raw ma-rule out yung glaucoma. So, every year daw gagawin ko. Ang haba ng pila dun sa doctor. So, hindi pa ako bumabalik for this year. So yun,
lalo na tayo kasi we're wearing glasses. So sa amin yearly ang check-up ng mata.
Sa opta, okay.
Wala, na-guilty ako kasi hindi pa ako nagpapacheck ng mata. Which is nasa to-do list ko. Yun nga. So, I need to do that. I want to go back to sa sinabi mo kanina, Doc, na about sa women. Kasi marami kaming friends na who might be listening, female friends. Sa routine checks para sa women, mammography, and then yung cervical
test, yes.
Does it matter ba kung single sila or may family or nanganak na sila? Does it affect yung risk or pare-pareho lang yun? Whether hindi pa sila nagkakanak or may anak na sila, pareho lang yun?
Pare-parehas lang.
Okay.
As long as you have been sexually active.
Okay.
Sa mga hindi, anong lower risk?
Not necessarily mean hindi ka na active ngayon, hindi ka na magpapas. As long as you have been, have had done that.
Para sa mga birhen.
I think, sa mga, ano bang tawag sa ganung term? Nakalimutan ko. Yung never had.
Kasi we were talking about Tina, like madre, may kilala ka?
Kasi sabi sa akin ng breast doctor ko, mas mataas daw ang risk ng hindi pa nanganganak. Kasi yung hormones daw sa katawan, madami.
Para sa cervical cancer?
Para sa breast. I think breast. Or
sa
any
breast
cancer.
siguro, pero sa cervical
lang.
Sa cervical hindi, kasi walang relation.
Okay.
Pero I think kung pwede ka pa rin magpa-cervical test screening like yung ginagamit namin ngayon, self-collect na lang siya. So, and you don't use the speculum anymore. So, bibigyan ka lang ng parang swab. Tapos ipapasok lang yun. And then, yun
ikaw
yung
gagamitin. Self.
Ikaw na gagamitin.
So, mas madali yun. Mas madali yun kesa yung PAP.
So, nire-recommend na siya as compared to dun. Kung medyo takot ka magpa-pap smear or takot ka magpa-examine. No? So, isa na siyang option. Ewan ko kung meron yan sa atin. So.
Oo nga, hindi pa ako nakabalita. So okay lang naman pala. So wala namang higher risks yung mga dalaga.
Wala. I think ang risk ng dalaga para sa cancer
mayoma.
Mayoma, mas marami. Tsaka ovarian CA.
Talaga? Specifically for...
Kung hindi ka pa nanganak or
nanganak. Okay.
Scary. Yung hindi naman mataas yung risk mo. Dapat mag-anak ka para wala ka ovarian. Kasi marami naman siya. Kahit anong nangyayari pa din eh.
Oo nga. Wala na
Ito nga, the best predictor ng cancer is stress, but is still stress in lifestyle.
Okay. So lifestyle, karamihan dito lifestyle illnesses talaga, no? Like yung diabetes, yung hypertension.
Although diabetes can be hereditary or genetic, may genetic component, pati high blood pressure. Pero it's also a very big lifestyle. Diabetes, no.
Yung ibang mga sakit, yan, hypertension.
Walang reversal. Merong controlled. May controlling.
So once
Oo.
na mag-maintenance ka life for the rest of your life.
Meron akong mga, hindi, pwede namang matanggal mo siya kung naaayos mo yung lifestyle mo.
Okay.
Lose ka
So
ng
yun
weight na
pwede.
talagang drastic. Kasi iba, mataas lang ang BP nila kasi they're overweight or they're obese. As soon as they lose their weight, they don't need it anymore. Like yung mga patients who had gastric bypass who was on medications, like ang dami-dami, when after they had the bypass, wala na yun, tinatanggal na nila yung mga gamot. Because they don't need it anymore.
Okay. So yung
Na-normalize lahat yun.
you mentioned stress. So parang stress nagiging para din siyang sugar for diabetes. So parang ano rin siya, factor din in affecting our health. Like smoking. So you can say that
Yes,
stress
correct.
is
Kasama siya sa mga risk factors kung na may develop na high blood pressure. Very common yan.
Bawal pala talaga
Sa cardiovascular. Bawal ma-stress. Tsaka sa cancer, kasi yun yung kasama siya eh, na pag na-stress ka, hindi nagpa-function yung brain mo ng maayos. So, hindi din nagagamit ng maayos yung hindi nakakapag-function.
Ito singit ko lang, naalala ko lang. Does a broken heart cause you?
Cause death? Yes.
Cause death?
Uy, di ba may broken heart disease na tinatawag? Meron nakalimutan. Merong may syndrome nun.
Narinig ko kasi sa TV yan minsan eh. They talked about. Kasi parang may heart month ba dito?
Yes,
napag-usapan yung broken heart. So it can cause, it can affect the heart talaga. Physically.
Just like depression can cause
okay.
death, di ba?
Ano pa ang pwedeng mag-affect ng buhay may asawa ng mga 40-something?
Yun nga, yung lower chance unang-una, lower chance na magkaroon ka ng natural conception as you reach 40, lalo na sa babae. So, siguro kung let's say you get married at 40 and you want to have kids, the first thing that you will do is to do a fertility workup.
Okay.
So, don't even attempt to try to do it naturally kasi baka mahirapan na sila, di ba?
So, mga hanggang anong edad that you can try? Meron bang or talagang 40s all 40 above?
We usually try high risk na mas lower na yung fertility rate mo kasi yung ovarian reserve mo lumiliit ni. So nag-reduce ka na hindi ka na nagpo-produce ng maraming eggs. Or yung quality niya, hindi na rin
quality. So may risk ba ng abnormal births, abnormal babies?
Yes. So there is higher risk for mga genetic na issues like trisomy 21 or Down syndrome, yung mga ganon. That's very common. So as you reach 35 years old, pag babae, buntis ka at the age of 35 and above, we routinely do offer yung first trimester screening na tinatawag to screen for this. So kasi nga higher risk ka na. So it's usually blood test and ultrasound lang and then you go on. Pag low risk, wala nang gagawin. So importante na I think kung gusto mo ng fertility, yung folate para before ka magbuntis, it's good para hindi magkakaroon ng problema sa neural development ng bata.
And for the mom, anong risks for the mom din?
Prone ka sa eclampsia, preeclampsia. Prone ka din sa gestational diabetes, tsaka gestational high blood pressure. Ibig sabihin, magde-develop ka ng diabetes pag nagbubuntis ka. So, at saka yung iba, mataas din yung risk na miscarriage or genetic abnormalities nga. Tsaka neonatal mortality pagka mas mataas na yung edad ng mother. Well, aside dun sa risk ng pregnancy, di ba? Yung, ano pa yung tanong nyo yung tungkol sa pag nag-asawa ka ng 40? I think, yung aside sa decreased libido at saka yung magsa-start na yung perimenopause stage ng babae, yun naman yung mga common na makaka-affect siguro sa sexual relationship ng mag-asawa. But other than that, yung conditions na you're more prone to, yung physical or medical conditions, kasama na rin yun na makaka-affect sa inyo. Which is yung kung may diabetes ka, kung may high blood ka, then that would impact yung family life niyo.
Overall.
Mm-mm.
And wellness. Okay.
And how are you gonna build your family as compared to those getting married at the age of late 20s?
20s.
Iba yung nila, iba yung magiging priority nila as compared to you getting married at the age of 45, di ba? So, or 40, iba na rin yung magiging priority mo.
Oo. Health, maintenance medicine.
Maintenance meds ka na kagad.
Ang priority.
Kasi yung iba as early as 30s, naka-maintenance meds na.
Yeah, pero so mas madami pa pag 40s.
All the more pag 40s ka na. Although ako wala naman sawa lang.
These are part of general lang naman my talk my as long as they take care of their health like before, then okay pa din naman sila by 40s. In our episodes, we were talking about how, syempre modern times na ngayon, I think siguro yung average age ng marrying age medyo tumaas na kesa dati na mid-20s. So, and I think siguro even Hollywood, right? We see news ng mga stars na who had their first baby. 45 or 50. So, can we say na possible pa rin, pero yun nga, there are more things that they have to be aware of or they need to check. Parang mas maganda, ano bang advice? Let's say, may mga nakikinig sa atin na they can't do anything about it, nasa 40s na sila, hindi naman sila pwedeng bumalik, and they still want to have a family. Is there anything that...
Yun, the first thing that they will do is to do a check-up.
Okay, yeah.
Is to do a general
health
screening, to do a fertility workup straight away. Kasi yun nga, as soon as you reach that age, so lesser. So kung gusto mo talaga na, I mean, hindi naman imposible na magkaroon ng natural conception. But yun nga, it's lesser yung chance.
Pero guided sila medically.
So, sa umpisa pa lang, magawan mo na siya ng paraan.
So hindi pwede yung you get married in your 40s, tapos
mag-aantay ka pa ng 2 years, no?
Or tanungin mo na natin.
Nung araw kasi, yung pagpata ka pa nag-asawa, like sa amin kasi, the way for you to be referred to a fertility specialist is for you to have unprotected sex for 2 years. So pag
tapos,
nasa 40s ka na, hindi na tayo mag-aantay ng 2 taon. Straight away, magpa-fertility check-up ka na or work-up.
That said, hindi pwedeng kinasal kayo tapos unprotected sex in the hopes of getting pregnant nang walang consultation. So hindi pwede 'yon.
Pwede naman. Pwede rin naman.
Pag nabuntis sila, diba?
Magpa-prenatal check-up ka na.
Pero siguro it's not, hindi encouraged, or it's encouraged for them to do the fertility workup. Tama ba yung term?
Fertility workup, oo. At saka general health screening, yung dalawang yun.
Kasi baka pag nabuntis, high risk pala yung mommy, di ba? Yung magdadala ng bata, di ba? Baka. Pero yun nga, encouraged to consult a doctor first before
preconception counseling mas maganda.
Okay. I think advisable yan even before marriage, no?
Even before marriage, yeah.
Kasi para ma-check yung chine-check yung
yung general lang, yung kidneys mo, yung liver mo, yung sugar, yung cholesterol, yung general.
Para alam mo kung maayos pa yung
at saka kung dito kasi dito common ng medyo mas rampant yung mga multiple sex partners. So, you go for STI screening, di ba? Kasama yun. Actually, kasama yun sa preconception screening na test na ginagawa. Yung mga
so
STI.
that's what it's called preconception screening.
Preconception counseling.
Counseling. Before nga ng okay.
Yung mga risk ba, Doc, and even siguro yung mga screening nga na sinabi mo or workup, for everyone ba yun na gustong magkaanak regardless kung first baby or second baby or mas paano ba yun?
Siguro more on pag first. Pag first mo.
When she was already in her 40, tapos may 2 sisters pa ako. Diba? So umabot ng 44 years old. So medyo late. So ako 40, I think.
Okay,
First kid niya is si ate is, I think she was 37 when she had her first. Tapos
So ikaw 40 ka na.
40, tapos may dalawa pa akong kapatid. So she had kids until 44.
Pwede pa naman.
Mukhang normal naman.
Meron naman, like, may mga pasyente pa ako nanganganak at the age of 45 na natural, ah.
So guided yun, dapat maganda talagang ano, no?
Siguro,
Parang high risk.
good naman yung, I mean, in general, yung health naman nila is okay. So they don't have any medical condition. It has to be both ways, eh. Lalaki at babae. So, hindi lang
So it
naman
can
sa
happen,
babae.
pero to be sure, yun nga, get some guidance para...
To be sure, para alam, ma-prepare nyo rin.
Kaya yung mga
Sa lalaki
celebrities,
kasi ganun din.
pwede. Kasi talagang, di ba, may nakatutok sa kanila.
Baka may mga ovarian, ano na sila, nagpa-egg. Anong tawag din? Egg freezing na yung mga yan.
So, na-mention ng perimenopause. Can we talk about it now? Perimenopause, big word for
Oh,
us.
big word yan. Hanggang ngayon, ano yan, busy-busy ang mga GC namin dyan.
Oh, kasi meron pa siyang, sabi ng friend ko, meron daw FB group just for this.
Ah, really?
Maraming support groups. Tapos nagsasabi sila ng mga symptoms.
So, perimenopause can occur, usually occurs at the age of 40, 45. Yan yung nagsa-start siya.
Alright.
But it can occur anytime. And usually, so pag sinabi mo perimenopause, hindi ka pa menopause. Pero you've got some symptoms na menopausal symptoms na like hot flashes, yung
Ano
mood
yung hot
swings.
flashes? So, mood swings parang the whole the whole time, ano naman, pag
May mood swing.
every PMS, ano. Pero yung hot flashes na yan, parang hirap niya i-determine.
So ano siya, yung sensation mo siya na parang mainit na mainit?
Na flash lang talaga, na
No,
saglit.
saglit lang siya, surge. And sometimes it can be accompanied by night sweats. So yung night sweats, yung natutulog ka, tapos nagigising ka na drenched ka with sweat.
Kasi
Basa ka.
experience ko
Normally,
yun nung summer.
yung ibang yung katabi mo, yung asawa mo,
Ah.
okay siya. Kung hindi naman siya basa, ikaw, basang-basa ka ng pawis.
Kasi pag summer dito,
wala pa ako niyan.
O sige, so
Wala pa ako.
hindi ka siguro.
Meron lang ako mood swing.
Mood swing.
Sobra. Ramdam ko yun.
Yun nga, yung
Yeah,
parang,
mas paano kung mainit sa Singapore and sa
like dito, summer, kaya,
Mas mataas pa yung, mas marami ka pang, mas increase, kumbaga mas sensitive ka sa hot weather or sa init.
kasi parang
Tayo-
hindi ko alam kung yun yung nafe-feel ko yung wave ng hot, yung okay na, parang na-regulate
Fresh ka
yung
na.
temperature. Tapos
Tas
biglang
biglang may hot.
mag-iinit. Oo, parang sabi ko, ang
Alam,
weird.
baka yun na yun.
Oh no.
Oo, kasi it can occur in, yun nga, flashes lang, saglit lang. Tapos mawawala din.
Okay. So ano pa yung major mood swings? Mood swings parang every PMS, 'di ba? Meron naman talaga tayo. So
Hindi
ngayon,
lahat ng PMS eh. So,
Ah.
hindi naman lahat ng babae nag-undergo ng premenstrual syndromes eh.
So iba
So
ngayon.
yung iba ngayon lang nagkakaroon ng severe changes sa mood. Either hindi lang yung mainit ulo mo,
Oo.
low mood, very common din.
Yeah.
Oo, yung depressed, yung parang wala kang ganang.
So this is something that men should understand, no? Your husbands, your
Your
partner.
partner,
No.
yes, correct. Or your boyfriend should
Mm-mm.
really
Kasi
understand.
yung mga tipong nakakaloka na loka-loka ka.
Ang iba, alam ko na, sige, it's either reglahin ka na or nag-menopause ka na.
Oo.
Isa pang common yung dryness doon sa dry vagina or yung parang dryness down there. Sometimes it may cause irritation din or discharge.
So this affects nga the married life, the bedroom
Yes.
life.
The bedroom. So isa pang very common is yung irregular breathing. So either
Breathing.
less yung bleeding
Ah,
or
yes.
fluid.
Ako ganun na.
So, pwedeng hindi ka na dinadatnan. Baka every other month na lang or pwedeng less na lang yung very scanty yung periods mo. Or yung isa pang very common is heavy. Naman yung period. So like ako, yan ang sobrang prominent ko ngayon.
Madalas?
Super,
is it common?
super
Is it
periods.
usual? Kasi ako,
it's
nag-skip.
common din siya.
I started skipping last year. Parang 2 months. I skipped 2 months. Tapos light na lang siya. And then this year, nag-skip ulit ako 1 month. And then 1 month, last month yata, heavy. As in, unusually heavy. After so
So
long.
ilan taon ka na ba, teens?
I'm 46.
So,
Pinsan ni Lola
pwede ka na
si
nagsa-start ng ng perimenopause. Kasi ako, nag-start ako siguro parang last year lang.
Napansin mo yung
So, 47 ako nag-start.
yung symptoms. Pero yun nga, yung light, very light na
Buti nga kung light, mas mahirap pag heavy eh.
Oo, yun nga last month, nagtaka ko, unusually heavy siya.
Pero may hindi na po. I think yung ganyang symptoms, it can be similar dun sa, sorry, nakalimutan ko yung term, pero kung parang, ang tawag dito?
Endometriosis?
Oo, or even yung may polyps, or hindi ako familiar.
PCOS.
PCOS, sorry.
Magkaiba ang PCOS sa perimenopause.
Oo, pero yung symptoms na parang wala and then meron. Tapos yung parang...
Ang polycystic, ang common sa kanya is walang regla. So, amenorrhea or wala kang period for a long time.
Kaya hirap magbuntis.
Kaya hirap magbuntis ang PCOS.
Okay.
So, but PCOS can occur usually at any age.
Right. So, I guess, is it correct to say na in case na, especially sa mga women na listeners natin, is kung may ganong klaseng irregularity, yung mga na-mention natin example.
You must consult.
Consult, right?
Yes.
Kasi it can be a sign of perimenopause or it can be
a sign of other things. So, it could be a sign of cervical cancer. It could be a sign of fibroid. It could be a sign of... So, it's good to know what your normal period is. And then if you find that, there's something different, parang iba, you consult. You can track it for maybe a good 3 months and see how it is like. And then pag feeling mo irregular siya, magpa-consulta ka.
Pag irregular, no? Tapos after being regular, naging irregular. Ako nung 2016, inoperahan ako sa fibroids. Naku, ito na naman siya. Inoperahan ako. Tapos yung light na yung periods ko noon, sabi ng doctor sa akin, light is better than heavy. So, mas concerning daw yung heavy bleeding kesa sa light. So, okay lang daw yung light.
Tsaka yung fibroid, as you reach menopause, mawawala na din yan.
Something to look forward to.
Something that's positive.
Okay.
At saka, siguro isa pang common na sign yung aches and pains na wala naman dati, nararamdaman mo na. Tapos, you're easily tired.
Yeah.
Yung
antok ka
tiredness, very
agad.
common sa perimenopause. At saka, hindi naman antok, yung pagod lang, yung parang hapong-hapo ka ba. At saka, yung hirap matulog. Kasama na din yan sa mga sintomas. O, diba? Hirap maging babae, no?
Mas marami bang changes sa body ng babae than men?
I think
Because
so.
we have perimenopause.
You mentioned andropause.
May andropause din sila eh. Although hindi nila...
Kapag nag-go.
Ganun din, mainit din ang mga ulo nila.
Kaya pala yung mga tatanda, may init ang ulo.
Pero they occur later age. Like, siguro 60s
70s.
Okay.
Oo. So, hindi katulad natin na tayo nasa 40, 45, meron ng symptoms. Sila, arriba pa, di ba? So, magkaiba tayo ng level ng hormones.
Mas okay yun, at least hindi nagsasabay na.
Pero having said that, sa lalaki, meron din silang low testosterone. At this age, pwede rin sila magkaroon nun. So, reduce din yung libido ng those patients with low testosterone. Tsaka meron din yung symptoms din nila parang menopause din, talagang tiredness, may joint pains din, yung mga ganun. So, it's almost similar somehow.
Kaya mas maagang natutulog ang mga tito, tita. Mas maaga tayo natutulog ngayon.
Meron namang treatment. So, marami namang remedies, di ba? Na nagagawa.
Per symptom. Like kung...
No, usually give systemic. So, either oral or yung mga pinapahid. So, we call them HRTs.
Ano yun?
Hormone
Hormone.
replacement therapy.
Okay. Pero pag ano ka na, menopause ka na, or kahit
Pag meron ka ng, hindi kahit perimenopause pwede.
Okay.
Basta may symptoms ka. If you feel that the symptoms are severe enough to, to cause dysfunction or irritating.
O kasi may side
you
effects din kung medicines, di ba?
Marami naman ng available na mas acceptable, mas less
body.
side effects. So there are options. So you can always consult kasi kami we do that as a GP, pero sa Pilipinas ata, diretso ka ng gynecologist. So you can always consult your gynecologist.
Okay.
Itong mga symptoms na to ng perimenopause, does it continue after na mag-menopause na nga sila? Forever ba yan? Or it eventually...
It can last from 2 to 15 years.
2 to 15.
Before you hit menopause, ganon?
Or kasama na yung menopausal symptoms. Kasama na yung menopause mo.
Okay.
So pag nag-start siya ng maaga, ng 2 years, so parang another 12 years after kang
Depende. Yung iba, let's say, magkaroon ako ng perimenopause stage ng 2 years, tapos mag-menopause na ako. Tapos pwede pa rin ako may symptoms for another 2 years.
Kahit wala ka
pwede
ng...
mag-drag pa yung symptoms mo. Yes, kahit wala ka ng period. Kasi, the reason why you have those changes, kasi nagkakaroon ng imbalance yung hormones mo, diba? So, that's how you develop those symptoms. So, when we say the term menopause starts when you don't have a period for the duration of 12 months. So, yun lang yun. So, but the symptoms can occur before, during, and after.
So kung na-miss mo lang period ng 2 months, hindi pa yon. Tapos nagkaroon ka, hindi
You're
pa.
on the perimenopause stage.
so
Pwedeng
hindi
nasa
pa siya
perimenopause stage.
Okay. So menopause, talagang yun na yun. Kapag 1 year, wala na. And then wala na yun.
Wala na yun.
Okay.
And it's important na, halimbawa, nag-menopause ka na, let's say, I'm at the age of 50, na wala na yung period ko. And then, so 1 year, wala kang period. Tapos, or 2 years, wala ka ng period. And you had an episode of bleeding again. That's a red flag. So, you should also see your doctor. Kasi ang worry mo naman dyan is cervical issue or uterine issue.
Okay. Nasa bleeding.
So, importante alam natin yung katawan natin. So, I always tell patients, you have to know what's your normal period. So, may period tracker ka, you can use that. Ngayon, uso naman na yung computers, yung phone. So, may mga apps tayo na period tracker. So, ako ginagamit ko yun. So, na-track mo siya.
Kaya sabi ko,
Same with our breast. Diba kung if you feel na there's something wrong with it,
hindi ko nagagawa.
you have to check it yourself.
Dapat
Tignan mo, you have to know your normal though. Sabihin mo kanina, ano yung normal mo? Tapos if you feel something, it's good. If you're not sure, go see your doctor to have an examination. Kasi it's scary, alam mo yun, na a lot of people, I know, ako kasi personal talaga, plus patients na who died of breast cancer.
Ang dami talaga because of undetected.
I think dito mataas sa Australia.
Kasi undetected, hindi nagpa-test, hindi nag-ano.
Or minsan, mataas lang yung incidence. Siguro sa amin ata, yung kung ano ba incidence namin, parang 1 out of 20, 1 out of 50 ata.
Even if it's the, sabi nila,
kahit may screening.
Oo. Sabi nila, yun daw pinakamadaling i-treat. Isa sa mga pinakamadaling i-treat because ang dami nang gamot, ang daming treatment.
Pero kasi nagre-recur siya eh.
Okay.
And then,
recurrence.
Tama ba na it's hereditary? Parang if you have anyone in your family who had that, mas predisposed.
So, yes, sa breast cancer, sa breast cancer, importante yung gene factor. So, especially sa immediate family. So, sister mo or mother or yung immediate family, mas increase yung risk mo. Yeah.
So, more parang check-up na lang, more monitoring. Sure na on the safe side. Okay. So that's very
iba yung screening na ginagawa for those patients na merong immediate family members na nagkaroon ng breast cancer. As compared to ako na wala akong family history, iba yung screening
Paano yung parang
Right
nag-skip
then.
na siya? For example, I think sa may loan side ko.
Ay, hindi na siya. As per normal ka na.
Kailangan
So parent, mommy, ganun.
Yung immediate family lang.
Yes. Pero sabi din, di ba, yung any cancer, ibang cancer naman, parang you're predisposed to other cancer.
Colon is common. Isa pa yan ng mga very common.
So
May
you have,
colon
if you have a
colon
parent who
cancer.
died of colon or who had
Colon
colon
cancer.
cancer, kailangan mo magpa-test. Kasi may friend
Na mas
kami
maaga.
ni
Na
Liv,
mas maaga.
40s, ganyan, or even
Ayun
early.
pa pala, nakalimutan ko yung testing for stool. Pero kasi dito, we start at 50. Yung stool
Mandatory.
exam, no, we start at 50. Pero I think now they're changing it to 45. Na
Anong dinedete? Colon?
for colon cancer is a stool exam to check for occult bleeding. So, itinatawag natin FOBT, fecal occult blood test. So, yun yung chine-check for colon cancer. So,
Okay.
it's good to do that
Ayoko pa namang
at a certain age.
Ayoko
Kasi sa ibang bansa, I think sa America, they do colonoscopy quite regularly as a screening.
Once. I did that once.
Doc, you mentioned earlier na food is one of the main deter of siguro factors na pwedeng mag-affect sa health natin. So I'm looking at my merienda right now. Siguro tama ba na as long as everything is in moderation, and what is too much? Tapos na-mention mo kanina yung mga junk food as long as good yung diet natin. Can you elaborate on that? Parang ano yung good, ano yung bad, ano yung junk, and ano yung...
Naku, medyo specific. Hindi na mahirap. I can't go into specific dietitian role na yan. Pero siguro ang hindi naman rule of thumb, parang ano dyan is you have good guideline, you have 2 servings of vegetables.
Okay.
Sorry, 2 servings of fruits and 5 servings of vegetables a day.
5 servings of vegetables. Parang kulang ako dyan.
A day or every... So for the whole
A
day?
day.
Per
Okay,
serving
a day.
is how much? Hindi naman 1 cup. 1 cup.
Hindi. Maliit lang.
Maliit lang. Kasi di ba may 1 serving ka for lunch and it's pwedeng ganun, pwedeng madami. Pero
So you have to have 2 vegetables.
side veggies.
Parang ganun, 2 sides.
2 sides.
So that's parang to make it simple. And then siguro a variety is important. So kung meron kang lean meat, meron kang poultry, which is either chicken or turkey, meron kang, so importante yung lean meat. Pero guilty ako dyan, gusto ko yung taba.
Oo,
Lean meat.
Lechon kawali. Oh my God.
Tapos, at saka meron kang fish. Ayun. So
Okay.
yung may ganun kang variety sa diet mo. Plus your legumes or yung mga beans and all that.
So,
Saka,
kailan... sige.
dairy is important din. So yogurt, milk, cheese.
Yeah.
So, kailan pwede ang crispy pata, lechon kawali,
Pag
lechon?
may handaan lang, wag araw-araw. wag ka kasi guilty din ako dyan. I don't walk the talk when it comes to taba. But because I have good genes, my cholesterol is good. So, pwede ako dyan. Pero, ayun nga, bawasan yung taba, bawasan yung... Siguro lalo na kung nagpa-screening ka, tapos yung bad cholesterol mo is very high. I think you have to be mindful of what you have to avoid, di ba? Tsaka, or if you really want to, yung sinasabi ni Liv, paano kung gusto kong kumain? Pwede naman, pero tikim lang. Para lang you can still enjoy the food, di ba? Like, kung diabetic ka, kasi kung diabetic ka, gusto mong kumain ng matamis, pwede naman, o di ba?
Pero eto,
tikim lang.
I made this with erythritol, sugar substitute. Kasi nga si daddy diabetic. So, kung magbe-bake ka, at least you have options for sugar substitutes.
Oo.
Kaya less.
Dun sa food, no, junk food siguro talaga. Tsaka yung mga preservatives, if we can avoid
So
it.
Processed food?
Processed foods, yes. No.
Okay.
As much as that's easy to do, pero kung mas mahirap naman yung organic kasi masyadong mahal, pero kung magagawa mo na, kumbaga fresh food yung kakainin
Real
mo.
food, no?
Instead
Real
of-
food.
Oo, real food, home cooked food or cooked food na ano.
Home
yung
baked
mas
desserts. So,
healthy.
okay lang
less,
yung mga ano
less,
natin.
less oil, yung mga ganyan. Less oil in your food. Kung i-air fry, uso naman ng air fry ngayon, diba? So instead
Actually,
of
I think,
using
singit ko, when you cook your own food, right? Or especially baking, nung nag-attempt ako mag-bake ng cake, tapos nakikita ko sa recipe, parang
1
2
cup
cups ng sugar.
sugar.
Parang
Ang dami, no?
naisip ko, kung bibilihin ko, ibig sabihin, I'm consuming that much.
Yeah.
So, kaya yung look nung binibake ko, hindi pareho kasi binabawasan ko lagi. So, naiba yung structure. Pero kasi nga, nagugulat ako na ang daming
Oo,
sugar.
ako rin. Ako, hina-half ko usually. Hina-half ko if
Yung
it calls
sugar.
for 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup. Kasi ang cake talaga, easily can call for 2 cups of sugar, tapos may icing pa.
Oo, kaya sabi ko,
sugar pa rin yun.
Oo, kaya sobrang, imagine, tas yung bibilhin mo pa sa store, mas mataas pa ang sugar nun kasi di ba mas malinamnam, mas matamis, mas yun, mas masarap.
So when you make your own food, at least alam mo what
Oh,
really
pwede mong bawasan or
What you put into it. Oo.
pwede kang mag-opt for sugar substitute nga.
Yeah. Okay.
Iba nga lang yung lasa.
Okay, sige. I'll skip my merienda tomorrow.
How about wine? Ako sa Italy, maraming
Ayan,
wine.
alcohol.
Alcohol.
Ang moderate drinking is nothing more than 10 in a week.
10
glasses.
10 bottles?
Standard drinks.
So, hindi pwedeng
In a
araw-araw
week.
spritz.
So one glass of wine is a standard drink. Or one beer is a standard drink.
Pwede kang mag-araw-araw pala kasi 10 naman pala yung 10 naman pala yung limit in a week eh. So, 1 a day is
Pero konti, two lang or 1 a day lang.
Oo. But dapat yung screening mo is regular para check din kung
Check mo din yung liver. Oo.
how's your liver doing
So,
after.
kasi anything that's more than 4 at each time is called binging.
Okay.
Sa inuman, no? Even if you haven't had any alcohol for the past, say, 6 months,
Yes,
biglang nag-binge
it's
ka,
still a binge.
it affects,
So
it
it can
affects
still
your
damage your liver at one go.
Okay.
So dapat konti lang talaga. Common ang fatty liver sa generation natin.
Ay,
kasi
yeah, fatty liver na yan. What are the symptoms of fatty liver?
There are really no symptoms.
Ah, okay.
They just occur based on your blood test. So increase yung liver enzymes mo. Tapos on ultrasound, meron kang fatty deposits dun sa liver.
So, anong effect niyan?
Kaakibat na yung hypertension, diabetes.
Ah,
Parang
okay.
part siya ng metabolic syndrome. And sometimes, hindi naman siguro liver cirrhosis, pero
Yes,
you can injure your liver more easily.
And it can be parang reverse as long as i-correct mo yung
You quit
Yung diet mo, tsaka weight. Kasi your weight is an important predictor kung may fatty liver ka din. Tsaka sa liver din, importante yung vaccination. So hepatitis vaccination is important para hindi mag-lead to or prevent liver cancer. Ano pa ba? Smoking! Avoid smoking!
Smoking. Quit
Have
smoking
regular
na, mga kamarienda.
Vaping, smoking, parehas din yan. So avoid nyo na yan.
Oo.
If you need help with smoking cessation, so there are options naman. So either may mga replacement therapy. Tsaka iba may vaping. Dito we use the vaping as a parang replacement. Pero namomonitor siya ng doktor. So nare-reduce mo yung amount of nicotine that you'll give to them hanggang mawala. Or may mga gamot na iniinom to stop smoking.
Gradual. Hindi siya yung cold turkey na stop na talaga.
Yun, cold turkey, pwede naman yun, but it depends on ikaw yung willingness mo to stop, diba?
Busy ng mga tao ngayon. So, siguro nasa office maghapon or nakaupo lang sa computer sa bahay, or we may have listeners also, siguro may mga little kids, may toddlers. Parang meron ka bang suggestion on how they can yung practical way?
Practical.
Oo,
So,
na maisip nila
kasi nga, yung suggestion, di ba, 30 minutes, 3 times a week or 2 times na muscle strengthening. So, like ako, I'm a busy mommy, single parent ako. So, what I siguro ang first tip ko, you need to find something like an activity that you enjoy
You
doing.
enjoy. Mhm, mhm.
Kasi if you don't enjoy doing it, then
Parang
hindi mo siya
chore
babalikan.
siya. Mhm.
So, magiging siyang chore. So like ako, I love to dance. So, yun yung exercise ko.
Mhm.
So, dance workout ang ginagawa ko. So, in-incorporate ko na doon yung stretching, and meron ako mga exercises used with my physio. So, that's something you can do. Ayoko nag-gym kasi ayoko magbibihis, lalabas. Alam mo yun? Makita sa ibang tao. It's stressful sa akin. So you can do it at home. Like,
Yung
I can watch it.
paglilinis ba, that's considered parang movement, let's say.
Hindi eh. Kasi yung paglilinis,
paglilinis.
it's a physical activity, but it's not that increases your heart rate. It is something that it should increase your heart rate. Na hindi lang na nagtatrabaho ka physically. Like yung mga patient ko, naglalakad naman ako sa trabaho ko ng ganyan. No, it's not the same.
So, dapat brisk walk. If it's walking, brisk
Dapat
walk.
fast walking, brisk walking.
Kaya dance. Pwede in dance.
Dance pwede kasi cardio siya.
So, movement na mabilis.
So, dapat movement.
Fast movement.
Moderate intensity.
Mhm.
Tsaka yung mga muscle strengthening para katulad natin, we're at this age na importante yung bones and muscles. Di ba sinabi ko sa inyo yung mga musculoskeletal conditions. They tend
So,
to
weight?
at this age.
Weights?
Kasi yun na, weights, pwede ka mag-light weights. So, hindi ako masyadong nag-weights eh. It's good for your bones.
Ano pang ibang example? Lang
Hindi
strengthening.
ko alam yung iba pang muscle strengthening eh, pero weights lang ang naisip ko.
Ano,
Ewan ko kung yung mga pilates ba, muscle strengthening, push up. Ayun, push up. Tsaka yung, ano tawag doon?
May strengthening din ng yoga eh.
Planking, kasi body weight mo yun.
Planking yun. Oo, nagpa-plank din. Tsaka sa core din.
Oo. Okay.
Yung meron isang, iba pang pwede yung style na pwedeng gawin. Diba? Like, ako, yung isa kong pasyente na sabi niya sa akin, meron siyang magbe-break siya, pupunta siya sa toilet, mag-low break siya. Tapos nagsa-squat siya doon.
Ayun, yun nga rin nasa isip ko eh.
Kahit 10 repeats lang, alam mo yun, kahit 10 repeats lang magsa-squat ka, then it's still a physical activity na hindi trabaho, but it's good for your muscle.
Nung time nga na wala akong activity, wala akong exercise, that 1 month after the operation, na isip ko yun, nakita ko yata sa Reels, yung squatting, yung bababa ka, yung stand to squat, sit to stand, sa mga ganong exercise. Kasi nga, napansin ko, when you're just sitting, di ba, nakaka-shorten ng muscle sa legs. May nagsabi dati na sitting is the new smoking. Kaya, importante nga raw na tumayo.
Pangit sa likod.
Tumayo
lahat.
tayo. Tapos yun nga yung squatting would be good.
Or kung imbis na mag-drive ka towards the station, towards the bus station, or towards the train station, maglakad ka na lang. So, you just substitute the things that you normally do na pwede mong gawing more physical.
Okay. Ayan, medyo marami tayong tips on how to incorporate yung exercises. Sana magawa ko din siya.
Sports, diba? Sports. Importante sa age natin yung bones. So, vitamin D and calcium is really important.
Supplement.
As a supplement.
Vitamin D. Okay.
And calcium. It's for bone integrity. To prevent osteoporosis as you get older. Lalo na sa women kasi mas mabilis tayong maubusan ng calcium and vitamin D as we reach menopause. So, mas mataas yung vitamin D levels natin.
Okay na ba yung mga multivitamins as supplements?
Yung vitamin D, may maliit lang ang content ng mga multivitamins. So, I usually recommend yung 1,000 IU na vitamin D a day.
Okay. Meron bang vitamin D plus calcium? O hiwalay?
Meron atang iba namang combination na. Pero I think iba pa yung preparation.
Okay.
Sa calcium, at least 800 milligrams.
Okay, 1,000 IU for vitamin D and then 800 sa calcium.
Sa calcium.
Okay, noted.
Consult your doctor.
Consult your doctor.
Yeah, because
dito kasi sa Melbourne, very prominent ang vitamin D deficiency kasi wala kaming araw. Oo. Pwede mo i-check yung levels ng vitamin D kasi detectable naman yan by blood test. And then, kung masyadong mababa, mas ma-higher dose ang kailangan mo, hindi lang 1,000. Like, I used to give 5,000, 7,000 a day to patients kung kailangan nilang mag-top up.
So ang
So ang common
test,
is check with your doctor.
so ang test is may test yan, may
May
blood
test,
work,
may vitamin D. Vitamin D
vitamin D
test
and
ka.
calcium.
Oo.
Okay, so sige, sa next
May range yun, no? May normal range, doc.
May normal range siya.
So kahit normal, kailangan mo pa rin mag-take to maintain.
Kung normal naman, sabi sa'yo na may maintain mo, then you don't need to supplement.
Okay. Kasi you can get it from the food that you're eating.
From sun or from your diet.
Okay.
Vitamin D. Tsaka calcium, kung okay naman yung calcium levels mo, hindi mo kailangan.
Okay, sige. Noted. Papacheck ko na yan.
So you mentioned earlier na yun na sobrang importante to manage stress and it can even trigger other health issues, no? Even siguro mga underlying na dormant lang siya pero kung sobrang stress ka, that can
Na-activate.
Oo. I think ako nangyari yan sa akin dati kasi I have thyroid and I think I have it in my family pero parang
Hyperthyroid ka ba?
yeah. Tapos may time na sobrang na-stress ako and then, ayan, nagising siya. Oo.
So, yun. Kasi nga, common ng stress is a risk factor for cardiovascular disease tsaka diabetes. Plus, mga autoimmune na tinatawag. So, medyo, if you've heard about autoimmune diseases, it's a big group of diseases na parang, kumbaga, your body, meron tayong mga cells, tapos nagpuproduce sila ng ibang cells na nag-a-attack ng ibang cells. So, yun yung tinatawag na autoimmune. So, it can occur with an illness, pwedeng matrigger ng illness, or matrigger ng stress, or ng yung simple lifestyle change. So, a lot,
Bigla na
kailangan
lang.
na manage natin yung stress as properly. How do you manage it? It's really depend on how do you deal with it, or how are you as a person. Diba? Yung iba naman, okay lang sila, hindi nila kailangan. But, imposible naman tayong walang stress sa buhay, di ba?
Yeah.
So, either you consult someone for counseling, if it's really bothersome, or you can talk to friends to ventilate. Exercise is a good relaxation, or it's a good stress management. It doesn't have to be an intensive exercise. It could be just a 5-minute walk for you to just get out of the room or get out of your work and then do a 5-minute walk just to clear your mind without thinking of anything. So, that helps. Yung dapat wala kang isiping iba. Bawal din ng telepono or bawal din yung makikinig ng music. Just be in touch. Just be in touch with the surrounding. Like, I usually encourage them to walk along the beach. Ewan ko, sa Pilipinas, medyo mahirap dito kasi mas madali. Walk along the beach, mag-walk ka sa park. Yung barefooted, yung mga ganon.
Stressful dito pag maglakad sa labas, no?
Baka ma-hold up ka pa, di ba?
Oo, mas stressful yun, Doc.
Mas mainit pa.
Iba kasing, iba-ibang paraan paano mo siya i-release. So,
for example, kung halimbawa, nag-implantita sila,
mag-hobby.
So, that's one way, no? Na para
that's one way of distressing.
regulate yung stress
diba
nila.
nauso yan nung
COVID,
diba? Nung pandemic.
Okay.
Gardening. Kasi dito yung matatanda, lahat nag-garden na lang.
Lalaki ng mga backyards.
That's very relaxing, no? So,
Hindi ko alam, wala ako hilig sa halaman, pero feeling ko pag dumating ako sa age na yun, I would.
So, depende nga sa tao.
Depende sa tao. Like, kung ano yung hobby, baking is a form of distress. Cooking, di ba? Iba.
Music.
Kung nagluluto. Music. Ako, I sing.
Yeah.
I sing as a form of distress. Nag-up ako ng singing So, yun yung pang-relax ko.
Kaya ang dami mong post dati, no?
Painting or drawing.
Oo, yun, yung arts, yung
reading books, kasama naman. Netflix, wag lang sobra-sobra.
Binging na yun, na yun. May
wag lang
symptom
mag-binge.
na rin yun.
Wag lang din mag-binge. Ang ideal kasi, ang sabi sa akin ng counselor ko, ideal you should have a me time every day. At least minimum na 15 minutes.
Yun nga, alone, me time. Yun, journaling. Kasi journaling, you can pour out your thoughts, your reflections on the journal. So, mas nakakatulong daw yun to relieve whatever it is that you feel burdened about. So,
meditation is always something
yun, arts, any form of arts, diba, Liv?
Oo, art is parang siya yung meditation ko. Kasi when I try to meditate, ang hirap i-empty yung mind ko. Ako, nahihirapan ako. But yeah, painting is helps with that. Another
Oh,
thing
wow.
that works sa akin, baka makarelate ang iba, naghuhugas ng pinggan.
Ako naglilinis. Naglilinis.
Alam mo, yung feel ng water sa kamay, tas wala lang, I noticed pag naghuhugas ako ng pinggan, I know hindi lahat ng tao gusto
Ako
yun.
hindi ko gusto ng hugas. Pero
Oo,
linis,
I love
yes.
washing hands. Washing
Pero,
clothes.
o diba,
not clothes,
parang
dishes.
I don't
I love
think
washing
of
dishes.
anything na empty yung mind ko. Ang focus ko nasa tubig, nasa pinggan na nililinis ko. Yun lang, akiber na sa ibang thoughts. So, and that can last like 15 minutes na wala ka ibang iniisip kundi yung pinggan.
Yun yung me time niya. Me time with
Oo.
the dishes.
Yeah, one of the other things. Pero no, kasi I know a lot of people na ayoko naghuhugas ng pinggan. Pero ako,
Ako
I
rin.
find it,
Ayoko.
relaxing.
Pero
Ako,
gusto
I enjoy washing dishes. Ako din.
Ako,
Saka
ayoko
cleaning
nag-
the kitchen sink.
ayoko
Oo,
naghuhugas.
tayo. Ayoko nang basa ng kitchen sink eh. So,
Saka ayoko
nililinis
ng
ko siya.
makalat na kitchen. Hindi ako makakatulog.
Ako bahay.
Pero
Kaya
tayo,
therapeutic sa akin yung paglilinis kasi parang in order lahat, 'di ba? Tapos parang iba yung itsura ng sahig kapag na-mop, na vacuum, na-mop, ganun. So, yun yun yung therapeutic sa akin but not washing dishes.
Okay, tips from your kamerienda na tita. Ito yung mga
At-
ginagawa namin to relax.
At another
Maglinis
is
din.
pero Liv, ang top natin is merienda time. Merienda
yes,
time
of
special
course.
with us.
Kumain!
Yeah, merienda muna. Pero
Yeah.
kapag sweets ang merienda natin, then medyo galaw-galaw, maglinis tayo ng bahay.
Hugasan na pinagmeriendahan.
Yes. Any last words, Doc, sa mga 40-something, given na ito yung age na medyo mas tumataas yung risk natin for all those illnesses? Ano yung parang general advice na pwede mo ibigay sa amin in taking care of our health?
Yun nga, I guess, importante yung self-awareness kung ano yung nararamdaman mo and be aware na kung may nararamdaman ka, go seek consult, see your doctor. So always be mindful na yung screening is important and isipin mo na hindi ka na bata. So dapat mas careful ka na sa mga ginagawa mo at kinakain mo. So and siguro ako dumating ako sa time na nag-reflect ako na parang ito na yung time na kailangan kong alagaan yung sarili ko. Not just for my kids, but for myself. Parang inisip ko kasi, if I can't look after myself, then I won't be able to look after them. Or even my patients. So it's always going back to self-care.
Mhm.
So ikaw muna, unahin mo yung alagaan mo yung sarili mo. Then you can be a better carer. So, and I always looking after not just your physical health, but your mental health. So it should always go hand in hand. So, kasi ngayon, importante yan, like in the stresses of everyday living, hindi siya madali. So, in this age, we are in yung 40 to 50, ito na yung generation natin na hindi lang yung pamilya natin yung issue natin, but our aging parents, diba? So, kumbaga yung adulthood is really complicated.
Yeah.
Finances, yung lahat, health, career, family life, parang andun lahat. So everything, there's so much in your plate, it may be too hard to handle. So ikaw muna, ayusin mo muna yung sarili mo in all those aspects para pagtanda natin, we would age gracefully, di ba?
Yes, yan ang gusto natin. Be mindful of the aches and pains that we are feeling. So I think yun yung problema pag in denial tayo. So tama nga yung
Yung iba, takot silang malaman.
Takot, yun, ganun ang reason ko kasi takot akong malaman. Pero dapat nga maaga, di ba?
Ang sinasabi ko lang, kung malaman mo ng maaga, magagamot mo ng maaga.
Yun nga eh.
Kaysa ipa-late mo na hindi mo na siya hindi mo na siya masasave, di ba?
Or yung iba siguro takot kasi it might be a painful procedure, pero siguro it might just be a 5-minute procedure compared sa potential pain na mararamdaman mo later on kung naging undetected yung issue. So, yeah.
We should try not to be anxious about our health.
Yeah.
Pangit din naman yung walang concern, pangit din naman yung sobrang anxious, di ba? So,
Find balance.
balance lang.
So yun yata yung keyword sa ating mga 40-something, balance, to seek
Balance and
balance.
consult your doctor.
Yes.
I think it's a very, very educational kahit na sa akin. Dami ko natutunan
Oo.
doon.
Kapag may
medyo
tanong ka
nag-panic
pa,
din ako.
PM ka lang, Liv.
Yes. Medyo nag-guilty ako sa kinain ko ngayon pero may balance naman ito. So yeah.
Pero yun nga,
Mag-walking.
mahirap. Siguro at this age, ma-realize mo na, like ako, I have to walk the talk as well.
Yeah.
Parang, I feel guilty saying this to my patients and I don't do it. Alam mo yun. So, ako din, I'd like to exercise, I'd like to eat healthy. Para naman, nasa-share ko din sa kanila yon on a first-hand experience.
Yeah. But even with all the risk, ang masarap lang na feeling is that it's very empowering to feel that you are in charge of your health after all.
Yes.
So you have the power to do whatever it is that you need to do. So thank you for
And
making
you
us aware.
still can do things, diba? Pwede mo pang i-prevent. So why not do it now? Make the change.
Yes. Sabi doon sa isang previous episode natin, the only time you cannot do anything is when you're dead. So while you can still do something about your health, then do it now.
Pwede pa.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time, Doc Maida. And sa lahat
Thank you,
ng
Liv and Tina.
very useful information na na-share mo sa amin and sa mga listeners din. So, yeah.
So one way of relieving your stress is listen to us 2 times a month.
And you can have healthy merienda din naman. It doesn't always have to be
Oo
cake,
naman.
pastries, pwede namang cut fruits. So,
Fruits.
you can still enjoy our merienda session.
Carrots, celery.
Yeah.
See you again, mga kamerienda.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doc, and thanks everyone. Bye. Thank you, mga kamerienda, for spending your merienda session with us once again. Please don't forget to follow our Spotify channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, we also have our social pages, Facebook and Instagram, where you can follow us, Merienda Therapy. See you there.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.